The Strengthening Grassroots Social Accountability Project is an initiative of the Uganda National NGO Forum and the West Nile Civil Society Network. It is financed by the European Union in Uganda.
We have implemented the Strengthening Grassroots Social Accountability Project for 2 years now, and it is timely that we went for the monitoring and validation of the findings that have been coming from the field.
At the time when we designed this project, this was in 2023, we were responding to conditions in West Nile and the Bukedi sub-region of poor governance, especially in relation to the relationship between citizens and duty bearers. There was inadequate space for citizens to interact with the duty bearers. The social contract between citizens and leaders was very weak. And as a result, we had poor service delivery, especially in the health and education sectors, even the road infrastructure. So we designed a project that would respond to these issues and in such a way that we build communities around citizens, build their capacity to be able to engage duty bearers, to improve the welfare of the citizens within the communities.
It was a bit difficult to address some issues or to sound alert on some issues because we had no awareness. First of all, we were just fearing it was not easy even to reach the district, to reach the DHO, to reach the education officer. Instead, they come in their own time to monitor.
NGO Forum, in fact, I'm so much happy because what they have really done on ground to make our community right now, we can stand and really talk boldly. It's because of them. They found us with our monitoring team when we didn't know exactly where to go after our monitoring. But when they came in and involved us, it's there and then when we began really bringing our issues and involving other stakeholders, the LC chairpersons and sub-county people.
Them being with us, we discover ourselves as people who are doing things with gaps, which gaps now we are trying to fill.
It is this NGO which has brought the awareness in the community and even at the sub-county levels, because we have so far received so many things in terms of advice. They have advised the sub-county, even at the district. We have been having with them meetings, and those meetings we have achieved.
We get feedback from the communities and to be able to intervene. For instance, we are improving sanitation by working with the communities and also getting feedback from them, which communities don't have latrine, those who don't have clean water. And also, we also have been able to deliver at facilities which don't have, maybe, for instance, the communities raised about one delivery bed. And when they raise that delivery bed, that one delivery bed is encumbering on how for them they're able to deliver at the facility. We give them a bed. So it improved the deliveries at health facility, which is for delivery. And also in couple that, it also improves the immunization.
Some of the infrastructures in the schools, how they are working, the service delivery in terms of the teaching, learning, the sanitation and hygiene, like issues of pit latrines, furniture, and even decorated the buildings so they could report. And when they report, they make a report, they compile information, they make reports to us, they invite us, they estimate the information, and we make it up the way forward or action plan.
We had contractors. The contractors stalled the activities, they ran away, and the project just stalled there. So people took action to ask why the project had stalled. They even moved up to the district, and those people from the district, including the RDCs and the LC5 chairperson and the others, got concerned and came. Then a new contractor was found, and they continued the work. And also there was this lack of a placenta pit in that health facility. People demanded for it. The sub-county was able to plan and construct a new one.
Government services are demand-driven. The need originates from the community through the systems, community to parish, parish to sub-county, sub-county to district. And when these needs also get to the district, they are prioritized and given to them depending on the resource envelope, the available funds. So this particular intervention targeted advocacy, preparing the community to know their rights, to know what they are supposed to have, to know whether they are getting the services, how the services are supposed to be, demanded.
This is one of those small projects that has had incredible amount of impact. If you go to some of the communities where we are right now, you see that the relationship between the citizens and their leaders has improved significantly. There seems to be consensus on the issues that they need to work on. So some of the methodologies we use, like the scorecard methodology, which basically brings together duty bearers and the citizens at service delivery centers to identify what the service delivery standards are, what the gap is, and what the progress has been, and agree on commitments to take some of those actions or address some of the issues that have been identified. So when we went back, we realized that some of the issues that had been identified at the beginning of the project, even in the middle of the project, have been worked on. And where there are financial constraints, citizens and leaders agreed to do joint advocacy to the central government to increase budgetary support to the districts to address those issues.
The NGO Forum came, they sensitized us. We came to know that all what is being done in the government is our tax. Every service you see, if it is not going on well, say something. They showed us where to report. They showed us where to begin from. So we were sensitized.
The NGO Forum has made changes in my lives. I used not to monitor government programs. I could not even bother to know what is happening at our communities as far as development is concerned. Through the NGO Forum made me understand that government programs are given out of my taxes. And as I talk now, I own government programs because it is through taxes that I get those services.
Here we have a certain school known as Nakisanya Primary School. There was a public classroom building, was an office. That one was recommended to be demolished down by the district engineer. It was very old, full of cracks. Any time it can kill children or somebody else or collapse down. And up to now as I talk, the building is there, very, very okay. That school is in a center, it's in a town. You find that every business is operating in the compound of the school. Why? There was a lack of a fence. As I talk, the fence is going on. It's just a parents' contribution, but it's moving. I know this financial year, the district will intervene to see that that fence is completed. Even if we had many pupils, desks were very few. As I talk, desks are there. They added us 50 desks.
Sensitization meetings have made me to make changes in the schools where I come from. Learners are in school uniform. We were able to engage with the parents of those learners and sensitize other community members about their responsibilities. And as I talk now, learners are in school uniform. Their behaviors have greatly changed. What was not there before, the engagements from NGO Forum activities.
Recently, in our planning, we had the schools to buy desks for. And later on, we appreciated that it is not only in those areas, much as those areas need desks, but even the entire schools within the district need these desks. So massively, we bought desks to almost every school in the district.
We used to write our reports to the sub-county leaders demanding for safe drinking water in our communities, but they could not respond. But through these engagements, where even the sub-county leaders were part of the community engagements and also at the district levels, they came to understand that it is their responsibility to respond to the citizen concerns. And they were given a borehole and tapped water that we are now using, and we are now living in a healthy life.
We have really seen remarkable changes from the community groups, from the community itself. We've seen growth. We've seen that the bond is increasing of the community groups. We've seen willingness from the communities that have been empowered to make sure that others also benefit from what they are benefiting. And from the leaders, we've seen commitments to replicate the best practices coming from these other communities that are empowered to the others that have not really had an opportunity to have a similar project. All this speaks to sustainability and ownership of these interventions.
We formed a circle. Why? Preparing for the, if one day NGO sees out, how are we going to remain here? And yet we want to remain sounding. NGOs mentored us. So we don't want to die. When they go, we also stop there. No. We formed a circle where we all follow. So we are there in one umbrella organization now. So I think if they come and continue with those groups, the small and the big ones, it can sound well and it can help.
In our structure, we have planned that every quarter we will go out for community dialogue. So that from the dialogue, we would find whether the services are still going on well or there are some gaps that we need to bridge. At times, when you are doing your own things, you think you are doing the best. When an external comes in, that's when you realize your major gaps. So besides these structures, if this civil organization will still be around, it will be our best.
NGO Forum works in a few sub-counties. These other sub-counties don't have the information about NGO Forum. They only get the information when we go to radio for a talk show. And sincerely, they have changed. But if really it is scaled down to those other communities, it will work for us.
In fact, it has affected me positively that I'm responsible and I should take the responsibility to account to our communities, and we should do things together. Involvement of the communities from village level up to sub-county level is very important. Not only these chairpersons and so on as we used to do. So community members are now involved in planning. Say we start with the village data collection, then we come to parish prioritization, then we come to the sub-county. Very many people are concerned. The citizens are involved at the village level, then the other communities are involved at parish level planning and also at sub-county level planning.
At least we are now confident that the communities now know the level of services that they are supposed to get. We are now confident that they know. We are now having the battle of answering them, getting back to them with the services that they demand.
I want to validate that our communities have gone deeper to even inquire from us what they had hitherto never understood. And that we feel this is good. It also gives us opportunity to, deliver better service to the community.
I want to thank you so much for the support that you people have given to our people. And I would request that we continue and go an extra mile to add other components and also include many sub-counties so that many people can pick what we are on and the district moves.
We would really recommend that such an organization that acts as a mirror for people to make their corrections and also to stand for the people's voice is the best. And that will ignite service delivery.
I appreciate NGO Forum and thank them for building the confidence in us, the community members, to be able to demand for better service delivery at our community levels. If funds can allow, NGO Forum should continue with us at least 5 years for us to be very confident enough to hold leaders accountable in our communities.